The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, arrives at the Federal High Court Abuja for the continuation of his trial. He is received by his family and legal team. At the resumed hearing, the second prosecution witness reads out portions of a letter purportedly from the office of the then Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, addressed to the Department of State Service, which contained complaints against Kanu for alleged acts of terrorism, murder, and incitement of attacks against security operatives and prominent Nigerians. The portion of the letter stated that Kanu, through various broadcasts, incited violence by instructing followers to attack police and military officers, seize their weapons, and burn down government institutions. According to the letter, these alleged directives had led to the killing of security personnel and destruction of public infrastructure. The prosecution also tendered a written statement said to have been made by Mr. Kanu during interrogation by the DSS, which was admitted without objection by the defense. In the statement, Kanu declined to make further comments, stating that he had said all he wanted to say. Subsequently, the court admitted into evidence a flash drive containing video clips of the defendant's alleged broadcast. Despite initial objections by the defense counsel, the court accepted the device along with a certificate of compliance. During the court session, a video was played showing Mr. Kanu in a December 12, 2020 broadcast declaring, and I quote, "In the blessed land of Biafra, we must do everything to save ourselves from extinction," end of quote. In the video, he described Nigeria as a zoo and called for resistance against what he termed Fulani domination, accusing political leaders of betraying the people. In another video, Mr. Kanu introduced the Eastern Security Network, ESN, comparing it to a regional security outfit like Amotekun, and said it was necessary to defend the southeast from Fulani herders. He warned that no Fulani herdsman will be allowed in the region. The court also viewed the footage from the NSAS protest, where Mr. Kanu was seen allegedly directing attacks on police and government properties. A separate video dated May 30, 2021 showed Mr. Kanu declaring a total lockdown in the southeast in memory of fallen Biafrans, instructing residents not to leave their homes. Another clip reportedly showed Kanu urging his followers to procure guns and bullets for self-defense, referencing threats from Boko Haram and labeling Fulani herders as terrorists. The witness confirmed the voice in the videos as Mr. Kanu's. Additionally, the federal government's gazette officially prescribing IPOB as a terrorist organization, dated December 20, was admitted as an exhibit without objection from the defense. Counsel for the prosecution, Adegboyega Awomolo, requested an adjournment to continue playing the remaining footage, stating that it exceeded an hour.
All right, you've heard the news actually, but we're gonna focus from our own view, from the Biafran view, because I don't trust the Zoo media in as much as they gave, the analysis of what happened in court yesterday and today. Let's hear our own view, from our own angle of the Biafran people. Now, first of all, the court has actually adjourned the court hearing, which was actually meant to end today. They've adjourned it to 14th, 21st, and 22nd of May. That is, I think, in 2 weeks' time, right? Yeah, in less than 14 days from now. I think, okay, next week, yeah. So, having said that, firstly, I want to point out some of the things that happened today in court. And the first thing, which is the most important thing, is that the claimed video evidence was actually brought to court today. And it was played. After several trials, after they tried to play the CD, in quote, they brought in CD and not USB actually. So initially the CD didn't play. And after several trials, it later played. And like I said in the last video I posted, one major thing that the Zoo government the Attorney General of the Federation and the rest of the zoo that is fighting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for speaking out against injustice is that he's inciting people, to commit crimes in Biafran land. So he's actually being charged for insightful words. Just the same thing they are charging Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko in Finland. We're not talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa. We're going to get to Mazi Simon Ekpa, but currently we're focusing on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that is the major thing that they are, charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, trying to link it to terrorism, because they know they can't win straight up if it comes to charging Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism. He never committed any act of terrorism, if we're being fair with the definition of terrorism. Now, the pattern in which they are using to do this is that they have tried to link series of happenings within the period Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing his broadcast. I would have played the broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If I have a way of playing all his broadcasts, I will do that. But if you can check on my other channels, you will see, you listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast over and over again, so that being on a neutral angle, can actually judge. Let's forget about sentiment aside, love aside for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but just put yourself in a neutral angle and judge. You will see that that man did not commit any crime. His words are just pure truth. And the fact that the zoo are fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because of the zoo hates the truth. A country that is built on corruption and corrupt practices can never enjoy, truthful words. You know how truth, I don't know if you've committed a crime or you've done something bad, and someone is talking to you, and you know that there is truth in that thing that person is talking, but you don't want to accept the truth. That truth will be piercing you and cutting you deep. And that is how powerful the words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to these people. It destroys them, it cuts them into pieces. So they will do everything possible to suppress that pain they are getting from his words. But do you know the funniest thing? The same truth they fail to listen to is what they are now listening to by force in court. But let's shush that aside. Now, they are finding every means to pick the events that happened within the period Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing his broadcast, 2001. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them they should even go further to 2017, 2018, 2019, and all that. Now they linked the NSAS protest to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They linked the NSAS spying to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorist army invaded Biafran land. Youths were having a peaceful protest. I'm not even going to the one that happened in Lagos, because they swept it under the carpet, did their mago, and it ended. Those innocent young youths that died, within that protest, nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody has said anything. No investigation was done. The army went scot-free for buying innocent people. That is none of my business for now. My focus is on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You went into Biafran land with your zoo army, the same thing you did in Lagos State, and you massacred innocent young protesters who were protesting peacefully without any arms. Now, you're linking your terrorist activity to Nnamdi Kanu, saying he was the one that incited the people to protest that led to their pain. Like, it doesn't even make sense now. Let's be realistic about this. It doesn't make sense. Let us also forget about that. They mentioned something about Gulag. You remember Gulag, the politician, I think so, I've forgotten his post, that was spied on his way to airport some years back during the sit-at-home period, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, gave a sit at home for the Biafran heroes. The sit at home wasn't actually enforced, in as much as the zoo are trying to put it that the sit at home was enforced. It wasn't enforced. Now, they said that Nnamdi Kanu, enforced the sit at home that led to the buying of Gulag. And he said that after the buying, that Gulag should have known that that day was sit at home order, even if he made such statement. So, because of his coming from Nnamdi Kanu that they hate, so he shouldn't give an advice to somebody for his own safety. And please, as Biafrans, I want you to go to the comment section and please answer me. How did Nnamdi Kanu incite or enforce the people to sit at home? It is something that the people has been doing on their own, just to show solidarity to their fallen heroes. And it hasn't even ended. It will still continue, whether Nnamdi Kanu comes out or not. So how has he contributed to the buying of these people? This is the questions I've been asking myself. The terrorists spied people and they targeted Nnamdi Kanu. What do they really want from this young man? This is Biafran Lens, and thank you once again for joining us.